The biggest point I can make to help you is that you need to diet and exercise for the end goal in mind. And since this video is all about protein, let's talk about it and the relationship that you need to have with it to achieve your goals. My name is Jason. I specialize in movement and rehabilitation and also an ex-Division III dual sport athlete. I also own 2 businesses and currently pursuing a doctoral degree in physical therapy. We could probably break down the question, how much protein do I need, and then go ahead and argue about it for hours on end. But at the end of the day, you will need to find research that you trust and just research that best supports your current dietary needs. This video would otherwise be days long if we talked about all of the possibilities. So with that being said, let's jump into some guidelines to follow based off of one of the textbooks from my doctoral program. Yes, we're going to be discussing protein requirements ranging from everyday Joes to building lean muscle tissue and even into some endurance athletes. So stick around. We're going to first look at normal functioning individuals between the ages of 18 and 65 based off the textbook Essentials of Exercise Physiology. This baby right here. So protein requirements for both sexes are calculated using the equation 0.83 grams of protein per kilogram of body mass. So for an individual that weighs 150 pounds, we're going to divide that by 2.204, and then that gets us 68.1 kilograms. You are then going to multiply this by 0.83, and then we get 56.49 grams per day that you need of protein. And this is just for general daily activities. So feel free to hit the pause button and calculate your own general requirements based off the formula that we just used up there. That way you have an idea where you guys sit before we get into the next stage. What is cool about this is that the same rules apply for overweight individuals as well. But if you start getting into that obese category, then you may want to find your lean body mass in kilograms prior to multiplying that 0.83. You can calculate your lean body mass by going to a lean body mass calculator on Google. I put the link to one down in the description down below, but just keep in mind that these calculators are not perfect, but it's going to get you close enough. What about people outside of this age range? We're talking about people younger than 18 years of age, especially infants and children. They have a higher metabolic need for tissue synthesis, which in turn means that they just need more protein. The number ranges from 2 to 4 grams per kilogram of body mass. And the other side of the spectrum of aging generally shows a drop in required amounts of protein. I don't have a specific number for this one, but it's less than that 0.83 grams per kilogram of body mass that they will need for normal daily activities. But if it were me and I was over the age of 65, I would still shoot for at least that 0.83 grams of protein per kilogram of my body weight. So let's get into the protein requirements for highly physical active people, what you guys have all been waiting for. I get a laugh out of this quote. The common practice among weightlifters, bodybuilders, and other power athletes who consume liquids, powders, or pills made up of pre-digested protein represent a waste of money and actually may be counterproductive to achieve the intended outcome. So, pre-digested protein to simple amino acids do not facilitate muscle growth and are not absorbed more easily. Research shows that the small intestine more readily absorbs amino acids in the form of dipeptides and tripeptides, where concentrated amino acids can actually draw increased amounts of water into the small intestine, causing irritation, cramping, and diarrhea. Adequate amounts of energy intake for energy output is enough to maintain the body from breaking down muscle tissue for protein in highly active people. Protein use for energy is mostly seen with depleted glycogen states. So essentially, make sure to eat enough carbohydrates for the intensity of the exercise that you're going to be performing. If it's long distance, then having enough sugar during the physical activity will help preserve muscle protein during those intense times of training. With all that being said, the recommended value of protein intake to prevent protein breakdown and glucogenesis for those intensely training on a daily basis equals 1.2 to that 1.8 per kilogram of body mass, but no more than 2 grams per kilogram of body mass. This negates the need for over-the-counter protein supplements for the majority of people, especially if you're eating a well-balanced diet. To finish things off with a fun fact for you guys, Rizzo and all of his other buddies conducted a study of nutritional profiles between vegetarians and non-vegetarians, and they found that vegetarians had the lowest caloric intake, but yet we're still within 5% protein intake of non-vegetarian groups. And on top of that, both of the groups averaged almost 2 times the recommended daily value of protein intake. So I hope this video helps you guys out make a decision of how much protein you want to add into your diet, as well as protein supplements and sources. Just in general, they can be quite expensive, so take that as you may. As always, if you find any reputable sources that show anything different, or you have any comments, then post them down below, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and all that other stuff. And if you guys are interested in setting up your own LLC, go ahead and click on this video here. I go through the process that I did through that. Otherwise, go check out this video on my thoughts on what it is to own a home gym and not go to a commercial gym. I hope to see you guys over there.